The most important key for you and your dog to quickly enjoy the gentle leader is proper fit. An incorrect fit can actually cause your dog to paw or resist more strongly. So please take a few moments to follow these simple steps and get it right the first time, and you'll be off to a great start. When properly fitted, gentle leader will look like a V, with the neck strap high and snug at the back of the head, and the nose loop loose and comfortable behind the corners of the mouth. Before we fit the gentle leader, let's take a quick look at its parts. The gentle leader consists of 2 nylon straps, a nose loop which ends in a leash attachment ring, and a neck strap which fastens with a quick release buckle. The nose loop and neck strap are joined together by a double D ring. The nose loop is adjusted for a custom fit with this sliding snap clamp. We begin by finding a calm area. You will also need some tasty treats to encourage him to accept wearing it. Treat your dog often during the fitting process to keep him interested and happy. Attach your leash to the ring at the end of the nose loop. Then open the quick release buckle and hold one end in each hand. The nose loop and attached leash should hang down, giving the appearance of the letter T. Fit the neck strap high up and very snug, just behind the ears and against the base of the skull. You'll need to take it off your dog once or twice to adjust to the necessary snugness. Adjust the length by pulling the loose end through the male side of the buckle. Then test the fit again. Gently ease any bunched up fur and skin back under the neck strap. The neck strap must fit very snugly so that only one finger can barely fit under, and so that it prevents rotating around the neck. Underneath, the double D ring should rest just above the Adam's apple. Check again to make sure that only one finger can barely squeeze under the neck strap. At this point, some people feel concerned that the neck strap may be too tight. But take a moment to look at your dog. He's quite comfortable and relaxed and can freely breathe, pant, and take a treat. This is because, unlike ordinary collars, the gentle leader fits high at the very top of the neck, against the skull in back, and above the Adam's apple in front. See for yourself how this position doesn't hurt and doesn't restrict breathing. It's only lower down on the neck, like the fit of ordinary collars where pressure would cause discomfort. Remember, in order to make the nose loop loose and comfortable, the neck strap must be very snug to prevent rotation. In fact, if you think it's too tight, it's probably just right. Now we fit the nose loop. First, take the gentle leader off your dog. The sliding snap clamp has a locking tab that should be open to allow it to be moved along the webbing. Slide the clamp down to the leash ring. Pull the nose loop up through the double D ring. While holding one side of the neck strap in each hand, open the nose loop. With your dog at your side or from behind, slip the nose loop over your dog's nose and fasten the neck strap at the base of the skull. Now adjust the sliding clasp of the nose loop upwards so that the nose loop is positioned in front of your dog's eyes and behind the corners of his mouth. Firmly pinch the nylon just below the snap clamp to prevent it from sliding down, and gently pull the nose loop forward to test the size. It should be loose enough to pull forward to the fleshy part of the nose, but not so loose that it can come off. This loose fit will ensure maximum comfort for your dog. When you find the right size, press down on the tab to lock the snap clamp in place. It will require firm pressure, and you'll hear a click as it locks. If you need to readjust, take the gentle leader off your dog. To open the snap clamp, press up hard with your thumb or slide a coin under the tab and twist. Give your dog a treat and tell him what a great dog he is. Here is your daily quick checklist for properly fitting your gentle leader. Position the neck strap high at the top of the neck, snugly like a watch band or shoe, so only one finger can barely get underneath. The nose loop should rest behind the corners of the mouth, moving freely from the base of the muzzle to the fleshy part of the nose. Loose enough for several fingers, but not so loose that it can be pulled off. From the side, the gentle leader should resemble a V. Be certain to check the fit each day, especially on growing puppies. If your dog is still a puppy, wait until he's finished growing to cut off excess length from the neck strap. If your dog is fully grown, you may want to cut off the excess length. Once you've adjusted the neck strap snugly, mark it several inches away from the buckle with a felt pen. Take the gentle leader off your dog and trim the end of the neck strap at the felt pen mark. Then seal the cut end with a flame to prevent fraying. The nylon may give very slightly during the first few wearings or if it gets damp. So you should check the fit and adjust as needed before each use, or if you notice any rotation during your walk. The gentle leader works best and is most comfortable for your dog when the neck strap is very snug and the nose loop is appropriately loose. When fitted correctly, your dog will be able to eat, drink, pant, play, and bark while wearing his gentle leader. Here are some common mistakes. If you try to put the nose loop on your dog from the front, facing him, he'll almost certainly pull away from this strange thing you're trying to stick on his face. The better way is to sit at his side and come up under his nose. Or if you have a great relationship with your dog and he won't mind, you can straddle him with your legs and reach under his jaw from behind. If he's very small, you could have him sit in your lap facing away from you. This neck strap is too low because it's too loose. It should be snug and high on the neck, touching the base of the skull, like this. Although this looks almost right, this neck strap is too loose. This is the most common mistake owners make. As you can see, 2 fingers can fit underneath. This allows the neck strap and nose loop to rotate, and the nose loop to ride up too close to the eyes. This rotation can also lead to rubbing or chafing across the bridge of the muzzle. Please don't fall into the trap of thinking, well, 2 fingers is close enough. When we say 1 finger, we mean 1 finger. It's only when the neck strap is snug that it will completely prevent rotation, and the nose loop will be able to be loose and comfortable without chafing. Remember, the neck strap fits high and snug against the base of the skull and back, and above the Adam's apple in front, so that the snug fit is not uncomfortable and does not interfere with your dog's breathing or swallowing. This nose loop is too tight, restricting the dog's ability to open her mouth freely. Before adjusting the nose loop, always double-check the neck strap. In almost all cases, you'll find it's too loose, and you must adjust this first in order to get the nose loop right. A quick word of caution for those of you who have a bulldog, boxer, or another breed with genetically limited airways or flat noses. Please make sure you follow all fitting instructions carefully. It is typical for these dogs to experience breathing difficulties when exercising. So if their usual breathing difficulties increase when wearing the head collar, immediately discontinue use and consult your veterinarian. As an alternate method for introducing the gentle leader to your dog, feed treats through the nose loop, gradually putting it over the nose. Your dog will usually lower his head to drop the nose loop off after he gets the treat. Eventually, he'll start ignoring the nose loop and keep his head up for the next treat. That's your signal to proceed with fitting. You can also help him get used to the new feeling by gently rubbing his muzzle before putting the nose loop on. Here is your daily quick checklist for properly fitting your gentle leader. Position the neck strap high at the top of the neck, snugly like a watch band or shoe, so only 1 finger can barely get underneath. The nose loop should rest behind the corners of the mouth, moving freely from the base of the muzzle to the fleshy part of the nose. Loose enough for several fingers, but not so loose that it can be pulled off. From the side, the gentle leader should resemble a V. Be certain to check the fit each day, especially on growing puppies.